Hi there, Brian Carroll here from Performance Development. Now some of you may have seen one of our earlier video clips where we looked at the nature of the behavioural interview and the increasing use by interviewers of behavioural questions. It gives rise then to the issue of how do you respond to a behavioural question and what actually constitutes a good quality behavioural example that you can put forward. Well, a common method that's referred to is the use of STAR as a structure in telling your story. And STAR basically reminds you that there are certain key information requirements that need to be provided to the interviewer. Firstly, the situation or the task component. This is where you're describing the context of the situation that you faced. This is where you want to help the interviewer appreciate the nature of the problem or the severity of the challenge that you faced in the situation. One of the common mistakes, however, that interviewees can make in this stage is going into too much detail around the background of the situation. You need to provide enough factual information to reassure the interviewer that this is something that actually happened. Provide them with enough information around the when and who was involved, and potentially it gives them reassurance that this is something that they could verify if they wanted to. The next component of your story is the A stage, and that's the actions or the approach that you adopted in dealing with the situation. One of the most common mistakes that I see interviewees make in this particular stage is not going into enough detail around how they handled the situation or why. See, the A, the actions or the approach, this encompasses the skills, the strategies, the methods that you use to deal with the challenge, but also you need to be providing the interviewer an insight into the reasoning, the thinking behind the actions that you took. And this helps them to perhaps get an assessment of the quality of your judgment as well. Now the final information component, the R, this is the result, this is the outcome. As I said, this should be a happy ending to your story because this is an indication to the interviewer as to how effective your approach was. And again, in telling your story on completion, what can give it more authenticity and potentially more impact is that you offer the interviewer a way of verifying that story and in particular your role in capably handling the situation. And perhaps that may be a referee that you could refer to, or perhaps it's an incident that is actually documented in your performance appraisal. Thanks for your time. Hope this has helped, and if you're after more interviewing tips, you might have a look at our website interviewtrainingmelbourne.com. Thanks and good luck at your next interview.